Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast, the best show discussing the weeks happening in soccer or football. I am Benton, and I'm a brother. Engineer, you're back in the building,
I'm
sir.
I'm back, and I'm feeling good.
It's good to have the engineer back and online, on phone, on Zoom.
On Zoom, she on video.
On video. We have our football family herself. Come on, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, look at, come on, wave to the camera, come on. Wave to the people. So football lovers watching us on our YouTube page, big up yourself, and watching us on Facebook, big up yourself. You can send on your comments on question via YouTube or our Facebook platform. We want to have a lively discussion because what a week it was in football. As usual, we're going to have our ballers and bugs out of the show with our ballers and bugs and segue with our European football roundup. We're going to preview Champions League football games coming down the pipe. Just try to hit a couple Champions League games and preview the big money, big, huge football game coming down next week, Sunday. Manchester City versus Liverpool. We'll set up that game and we'll wrap up our show. But without further ado, ballers and bugs time. Come on, who you have as your ball of the week? Baller being the most impressive player and Bugs being the most unimpressive player. Who is you have as your ball of the week? Come on.
My baller of the week is Timo Werner. He's the first player on record to score a hat-trick and provide a hat-trick of assists in a single Bundesliga game. He did it versus Mainz. Is it Mainz?
Men's, yeah?
On November 2nd. So he is my baller of the week.
Timo, wait, I didn't even know he scored a hat trick and having a hat trick assist. I hope his team won, right? Come on.
They did, and money wants him.
Yeah, but we don't even worry about that at this moment. Don't worry about that at this moment. And which team does he play for? Remind me again, because I can't keep track.
What is Red Bull Leipzig?
Yeah,
Red Bull Leipzig. Okay, it's a Timo Werner of Red Bull Leipzig scored a hat trick, and that's Camon's ball of the week. A hat trick and a hat trick assist. That's impressive, Junior. Junior, who's your ball of the week, boss?
It's not football related, but it's life related. Super Mario Balotelli, and I'm gonna tell you why. He suffered racist abuse again in Italy, right?
Yeah.
And we've been talking about racism in football, highlighting racism in football, what we should do to fix it, blah, 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 blah. Balotelli did something that I commend. Walked off the field, kicked the ball in the stands and walked off the field and forced the game to be suspended for a period of time. I have to big up Balotelli because the man put a lot on the line. A lot of people might try to write it off and say, boy, that was expected, blah, blah, blah. But if it was expected, why we're not seeing more players do this?
Yeah,
So big up Balotelli, walked straight off the field.
I didn't know he walked off the field. I saw the part where his teammates were trying to talk to him, his team, Brescia. He actually ended up scoring a wicked goal, an absolute stunner. Brescia lost to Verona, Hella Verona, in that matchup in the Serie A. But big up to Super Mario Balotelli. I mean, he was, the racism in football is just absolutely a frustrating thing, and it doesn't seem like it's going away.
And for all those watching on Facebook right now, tell us your ballers right now, real time. So Mahumu Jog said Kyle Walker, a goal and an assist to dig City out of the game against Southampton. And Dalton said his ball of the week, Liverpool and Aguero, because anytime City needs a goal, he always shows up.
So Dalton's ball of the week is Liverpool and Aguero.
Yeah, and Jugs is Kyle Walker.
And Jug is Kyle Walker. And Camon's ball of the week is Timo Werner. Who's going to hat-trick. Your ball of the week is Mr. Super Mario Balotelli in a loss to Verona. But most importantly, he took a stand against racism. And we need more players like that to stand up and just walk off the field when this foolishness is started. All right, my ball of the week. The segue from European football and give it, we have the MLS playoff that's going on this week and that took place this week. And now they have the MLS Cup finalists that will coming down and we'll preview that in our Football in the Americas. But my ball of the week is Rudy Diaz. Rudy Diaz of Seattle Sounders. Rudy Diaz scored and was instrumental as Seattle Sounders went into LAFC, the big bad LAFC, Carlos Vela-led LAFC, and defeated them in a fantastic matchup. So Rudy Diaz of Seattle Sounders is my ball of the week. I thought he was exceptional as they won that game. Family, keep sending on your ballers and bugs. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, keep sending on your ballers and bugs. Come on, who do you have as your bug of the week? And Bug being the most unimpressive player.
It's a player, it's a team. Well, couple teams. Barcelona are losing 3-1 to Levante after scoring first. And then, we talk about Barcelona and the backline being too old and not doing a good job out there. And also, Manchester United for losing to Bournemouth in the way that they lost.
So Manchester United and Barcelona are Comeon's bugs of the week. Junior,
Yeah.
Manchester United lost to Bournemouth 1-0. They did put up a fight. They
Yeah.
look a bit like a feisty team for a bit.
Yeah.
Barcelona lost. Barcelona lost to Levante 3-1 away from home as the away from home form continues. A disjointed looking Barcelona. Junior, who's your bug of the week, boss?
It's not a player, it's not a team, it's a bunch of players. Unmotivated football players. And I think it's started to become an epidemic. And it's not only for one team. I'm talking for Barcelona, I'm talking for Tottenham, I'm talking for Arsenal, I'm talking for Bayern Munich. All of these, quote, PSG, all of these big teams, quote unquote big teams that come out and randomly lay eggs. And for some reason, coaches seem to take the blame. I'm going to talk about coaches taking the blame real soon. But at some point, we have to put the onus on the players. These players are just getting too lackadaisical to me. There's no way PSG should be losing. Bayern should be losing. There's no way. Tottenham should not be drawing a game against Everton. No way. And we want to blame coaches? Man, get away, man.
And Jug's bug of the week. Jug said his bug of the week, VAR and wait, no, that's Martin. Jug's bug of the week is Sadio Mane for trying to dive 2 weeks in a row and getting caught and getting that yellow card. And Dalton's bug of the week is VAR and Martin Atkinson for a goal. A clear goal offside about Armpit playing him offside. Arsenal can't keep a lead 3 games in a week. Yo, you have a problem with Arsenal, brother? Do you have a problem with Arsenal, Dalton? Arsenal. So those are Jugs and Dalton's bug of the week. Comeon's bug of the week. I can't even remember. There are so many bugs.
The whole team.
It's a whole team.
Chiquito Barca, Chiquito Manu.
Yes. My bug of the week. My bug of the week is absolutely Barcelona and Ernesto Valverde. Ernesto Valverde, I mean, yes, we've shouted about him. He continues in this role as a coach at Barcelona, even though we don't know how he's still in the role as coach. We don't know who he have pictures of because clearly the team is garbage. It's very disjointed. It's been 3 years of playing, and the team is still disjointed. And Ernesto Valverde had the audacity to say, quote, they just lost another game. Like, it's not, this is Barcelona, you idiot. You don't just lose another game. And you are my bug of the week, Ernesto Valverde.
Can I have a special mention?
Go ahead, special mention.
Barcelona has a central defender that used to be at the Empire, Manchester United, and he wanted to go home. And it seemed like he wanted to run for politics.
Gerard Piqué.
Because this fool come out and said that his Barca teammates are willing to take a pay cut to get Neymar in the team. You need more than Neymar. You need a mentality.
And that's Gerard Piqué is also bug of the week. How are you actually recruiting a player of another team publicly. Talking about you guys are willing to adjust your salary to accommodate this Neymar. Yo, bug of the week.
Well, man, come on, what have to say about that? Come on.
Listen, when he said it, I just shook my head because Shakira must be giving him something over there that's turning his head. Because it's ridiculous. Because first of all, the positions that we need, that we have issues with, and Neymar can't fit. So if PK wants to give 2 weeks of his salary, along with Messi 1 week of salary and Suarez whatever to get Neymar, it still don't fix it. So what PK is trying to do is put a band-aid over a gunshot wound. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's old and he's slow, and for some reason I see the love of the game is no longer there for PK. Because if you see him on the pitch, he's not as aggressive as before. So PK needs to go and take up a role as a scouting director and leave Barcelona backline alone.
Because unfortunately, this is what Barcelona has turned into. It's a turn into Manchester United. Foolishness. Absolute foolishness. All right, segueing from...
Arsenal, I'm not taking that.
I'm at peace.
Absolute foolishness. All right, football lovers, let's segue from our ballers and bugs. And if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, keep your ballers and bugs coming on. We'll get them shout out throughout the program. All right, football roundup. Let's hit the football roundup. Big news coming out within the last few hours. Let's hit Bundesliga first. Niko Kovac is officially out. The statement released from Bayern Munich is after they lost that game 5-1 yesterday to Eintracht Frankfurt, their biggest loss in 10 years in the Bundesliga. How do you lose your job after beating Tottenham 7-2?
I thank you for stealing my thunder.
While 3 trophies, Niko Kovac had managed Bayern for 65 games, won 45 of those games, 3 trophies. But last year, at this time, he was also on the hot seat, Junior.
Valverde, Solskjaer, Pochettino, Marco Silva, my boy at PSG, Unai Emery. All of these coaches right now should be looking at them TV and saying to themselves, what the hell just happened?
What, did you call Ole?
Yeah, I call Ole, of course.
Oh, sorry.
I call Ole because you could have easily, Bayern Munich brass could have easily said, it's just a blip. We just had a bad game. And you fired the man. And that those coaches that I just listed out, when they look at their CV and think about what they are going through this year, they must be peeing their pants. Because there is no way a coach like Kovac should be fired before. And he was nowhere near on our list for coaches in the hot seat when we talk about who's going to get fired first, right?
The list is carrying over from last year. I remember last year, this time he was in the hot seat. Bayern Munich is currently 4th in the Bundesliga. Come on. Your thoughts on this firing? And Hansi Frank will now take up in the role of assistant, prepare the team as they get ready for Dortmund versus Bayern. Big match coming down. Your thoughts on this? Come on.
It can't be just the result. The 5-1 result. It cannot be just the 5-1 result. Because if you look at Bayern Munich's fixtures, the games that they've lost, they weren't blowouts, right? I remember that Boateng got a record early on.
Yes.
That kind of changed the dynamic of the game. 11v11, I doubt it would have been 5-1. But nonetheless, his fixtures showed nothing. I mean, yeah, Bayern might have a little bit of weakness. Sometimes we're locked in judgment or they forget how to defend or whatever. But when you look back at the games that they've played, you don't see a terrible offense. You don't see anything that says this coach is in trouble. So I am thinking it's not only the results that they've had this season, it has to be something else. It has to be maybe the philosophy of the club is not the same. Is not in alignment with the coach. It cannot be just this. If that's the case, then come on. Valverde needs to go. Zidane needs to go. All the coaches where Junior talked about should go.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely should go. So now the question is going to be, will Jose Moreno squeeze into the Bayern Munich job?
Or Allegri. like Sean said.
Yes, yes. So the word is who will then the curiosity who will slide into that role, because clearly Bayern Munich must have someone lined up to go ahead and part ways with him. I mean,
And that's a beautiful job.
yes, it's a highly coveted job.
That roster is loaded.
It's a highly coveted job.
Yeah.
Highly coveted job. And no, so do they go back to Jupp Heynckes? I hope I'm pronouncing his name. Is it who's led them to Champions League? He's kind of a father figure of that club. Do they go back to him to see out the season? And then in the off season, do they go ahead and try to get that big name manager that they want?
I don't know.
Come on, who do you see taking on that role?
Jose Moreno. Let me advocate for my boy, Jose. You know what? Maybe Arsene Wenger might just squeeze right into the job. You never know. I just think it's a fool firing. You know, that's just my opinion. Because nothing that this dude has done or this team has done so far, you know, equate to losing one's job.
Yeah.
It's like, it was a shock. You know, like we expect, because today I was expecting Everton's coach to lose his job, Arsenal coach to lose his job, Southampton coach lose his job. You know, those are the teams that we were sitting to say, okay, the coaches will lose them. Not Bayern Munich. If I had a bingo card, I would never, ever choose Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show the aspirations of Bayern Munich and the brass, Uli Hoeneß, and the higher ups there, and Rummenigge, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, is that they're very serious about what their goals are. The club is sitting in fourth. Remember last year at this time when we were doing ball chat, Kovac was also on the hot seat with a bad start during the year. Currently they're sitting 4 years. I don't know if they met in the offseason with him and told him, like, look, if you start off fourth again this year, you're gonna get.
but Benton, but to be fair though, it's just 4 points. 4 points separate 4 from 1. 4 points is a win and a draw, right? That's just 4 points. And it's not like they're not scoring goals. Yeah, maybe they're leaking on the back. But you adjust and address the issues. And we talk about this all the time where coaches are the first ones to get blamed. The players, for example, look at Iwobi today with a terrible mistake, right? But at the same time, while he made an error, the talking point was the coach has lost so and so many games in a row. What are they going to do? So I just think this is a stupid firing. I think he had control of his team. And yes, fourth place might look bad for a big bad side like that, but it's just 4 points off the top of the table.
Okay.
And we're just 10 games in.
Okay. And football lovers, we'll preview the Bayern Munich versus Dortmund game coming down the pipe next week, Saturday. We'll get that game in our preview section. Big up yourself, Jug on Facebook. Jug said, thought Jose was waiting on the Arsenal job. Maybe he's waiting on that job. Dalton Stewart says, rumor have it that Emery is also on the cutting block. That should not be a rumor. That should be a given.
Why Sean just flipped.
Maybe as soon as next week. Trust me, he's on his way out. All right, now to football on the field. And moving away from Bayern Munich. We'll get to the preview of the Bayern Munich and Dortmund game in a little bit. But let's get to some games on the field and in our roundup segment. And I want to kind of talk about a little bit the League Cup match between Liverpool and Arsenal. I mean, Liverpool came back. The Liverpool C side, or maybe D side, probably, came back from being down 3 goals. I mean, what is going on with Arsenal? And this was a pretty strong Arsenal outfit.
What do you mean by what's going on with Arsenal? We saw 2 games between Arsenal and Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
The first game, Emery completely omitted the midfield. He played 8 defenders, 2 goalkeepers, and 1 striker. In essence, he completely voided the midfield and said, you guys just go out there and defend. And up against the Seaside, whether it's Seaside or something, he played Liverpool.
Yeah.
And he came out and pretty much said, we're going to play FIFA 2020 on PlayStation 4. Just going to try outscore you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Liverpool is just a more confident outfit, regardless of regardless of the names on the back. The crest on the front stands for something.
Yes.
And that is speaking to, and I told you guys a couple weeks ago, that's speaking to the culture that Liverpool is building.
Well,
they are building a dynasty there. I'm telling you. So it doesn't matter.
I don't know about dynasty, but
Right.
Jurgen Klopp has definitely built a culture of winning. And it doesn't matter who they have on that field. Like you said, on that shirt, it seems to be this adamant desire to see this thing out and win this game. Come on, Arsenal. And to our EPL roundup, Arsenal also throw away a game at the end here this week against the Wolves. I mean, what does Unai Emery have to do to lose his job? Because it's like he's begging out to lose the job.
No, we know Arsenal is a team who they're loyal to their coaches. So I think it needs to burn down Arsenal, it needs to burn down the Emirates, or it needs to probably punch a referee, something off the drastic, because these results or the terrible play on the field don't seem enough for him to lose his job. And the same thing with Arsene Wenger. No, Arsenal fans are in a pickle, right? So the whole time Arsene Wenger was there, they talked about Wenger out, Wenger out, Wenger out. They get this new coach, and the new coach come in. First 2 matches or whatever, you love him, no, you hate him, no, Emery out. Is Arsenal now going to be the team where they change coaches on a regular basis, or they're going to stick with it? Because according to Arsene Wenger, Arsenal have long-term plans, long-term goals. So is it that Emery is following the same thread where he's going to is planning long-term? I don't know. There's no identity on the field. He's not using one of his most expensive players, right? For some reason, Ozil is being serenaded by the fans now, the fans them who hate him. So I don't know what Emery going to do. Either he continues on this and says, listen, it's a process, or they fire him and bring in a new coach. And maybe when you bring in a new coach, you're going to get the same results, because I don't think the players on the pitch are actually good enough.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real quick. Coaches, and we always have this discussion on what defines a great coach. With Klopp and Pep are miles ahead of everybody else, and it's showing, right? Emery's death knell, because I think he's a dead man walking in terms of coaching for Arsenal. He did 2 dumb things that pretty much signal his end at Arsenal. Having the cancer around in Ozil. I'm not disrespecting Ozil, the player. I'm talking about the personality of Ozil around the team. That's a cancer. Having him around the team constantly on the bench. And regardless of how much money you're paying him, if he doesn't fit your plans, he should not be anywhere near the dressing room if you are in control. And the major thing is the Granit Xhaka situation. How he handled that Granit Xhaka situation. If you were really in control and you were running things at Arsenal, come out publicly. Xhaka made a mistake. He's human. We'll get by this. However, he will never, ever, ever, ever wear the armband for Arsenal as long as I'm coach. He has yet to done that. Somehow he's playing this middle ground. Oh, I kind of like Xhaka. Or I like the fans. I don't want to make a decision. Ozil is a good baller. He just won't do this. He's so indecisive. That has given fuel to the fans to say, get rid of him. He's not in control. That is death knell to me.
All right. So Unai Emery is indecisive as scoring the junior in his decision making. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So that's the death one for you. It's not the poor results on the field.
No, because Ole has poor results on the field as well. But I would not say Ole out right now because he has not lost the locker room. Jose had poor results on the field for all his teams, but when he lost his locker room, that is when it signal of the end. Wenger had poor results. When he lost the locker room, that was signal of the end. We are seeing the signal of the end. Conte at Chelsea had a poor results, was when he lost the locker room. We are seeing Emery losing the locker room right now.
At Arsenal.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move away from Arsenal and touch some other big games this week, some other entertaining matches. Aston Villa and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Aston Villa and Liverpool. Come on, game ended 2-1 for Liverpool. Liverpool don't know how to lose a football game. They will never die. And and Manchester City and Southampton also ended 2-1. Your thoughts on those two teams' performance as they get ready for the big matchup next weekend?
Is it that Liverpool don't know how to lose or Aston Villa don't know how to win?
I think maybe a little bit of both.
You know what? I'm not a Liverpool fan. Let's put it out. I really don't like Liverpool. I think the fans are obnoxious. I'm married to one. It's ridiculous the way he behaves. But I think the players are playing for a club. There's a new belief in town. I think they think that they are good enough or even better than the other teams, and I don't blame them. I mean, coming off the high of the Champions League, being the Champions League winner, I think that Liverpool is actually, moving in the right direction. Manchester City, I was a little bit worried for them. I mean, to be honest, there are a couple of issues that I think Pep needs to address and will address if he wants to challenge Liverpool. But for right now, all Liverpool can do is just win the games that they're supposed to win.
Yeah. And Junior, quickly your thoughts on those two teams as they continue their winning form.
It's so funny. Both teams had the same result. Seemingly the game went down the same trajectory.
Yeah, at the
But
end there.
for me, and for the on the record, I couldn't care any less for either team. I don't hate either team. I hate both of them the same amount. So I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
picking up preference. I said it last week. I really think Liverpool is desperate for a loss.
Okay.
If they want to really have a successful season, they need to lose and lose early.
Okay.
I think City is righting the ship where they are still winning games even when they look horrible, even when the defense still look leaky, even when the midfield sometimes look like them lose interest, even when Aguero seems like he's missing a step, they still find a way to win. Liverpool, on the other hand, should be winning these games more convincingly. What is stopping Liverpool from winning 3-0, 4-0, 5? What is stopping them? That is the big question because they should not have any holes. I think they need a loss, and it might be next week.
Oh, well, we'll get to the preview of the game next week coming down the pipe. Other major results coming down around European football. Come on, Chelsea won. I mean, as expected. There was a very, very, very ridiculous VAR decision in that game against Chelsea, as Watford ended up losing that game on a horrific, what I call a horrific VAR call toward Watford a penalty. Your thoughts on VAR thus far, and as a referee aficionado in the on Ball Chat family, your thoughts on VAR's these ridiculous calls?
It's not there per se, because that's the technology,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's the technicians or the. I was told that actually sometimes they don't have referees reviewing it. They're technicians, and I'm like, aren't we supposed to have referees watching the game so because they know the rules, they know the calls. For me, VAR has been disappointing, or the implementation of VAR has been disappointing. It's not consistent, and for some decisions, even with the naked eye, and they review it, look at it, you can see it in real time, and you go back, you can see it, and video review, and you see the ridiculous calls. You wonder what's going on, what are they looking at? Aren't we seeing the same thing? Even the one with Firmino with the armpit, I get it. The armpit is attached to the torso, right?
yeah.
We know that. But I can't remember in my lifetime if I've actually seen a footballer control a ball with the armpit without it touching maybe, a part of the hand that is considered a handball. It's not being used consistently. The calls are crazy, and it's sad to say, but I am longing for the time when we had referees who made decisions. They might be wrong when we go back and look at it, but at least it don't suck the joy out of the game. Players can't even celebrate because you have to wait to see if it's actually a goal. So, the joy is gone from that. And plus, the referees itself, themselves just, they don't, I don't think they want to overturn most of the time what the referee on the pitch has decided. So it's not being used fairly, and I don't think it's being used well. And maybe it will come with experience, or maybe it will get better over time. But for now, the learning pains, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. It's the first season in the EPL Junior. Quickly, your thoughts on how VAR has been used, and do you have any issues with the decision making? In the World Cup and other major events, the referee usually goes to the video monitor, him or herself, and they will review the call. But now in the EPL, it's a different model where the official speaks to someone who's somewhere. I don't know where the person is, who then informs them of the decision.
I have always been an advocate for VAR, and I think it started out well, but the more we gather more data, and you're a data guy, you're a research guy, so the more we gather data is the more we can say, we can poke holes in decisions. I personally, after seeing all these results that are 50-50, and some are objective, some are subjective, whatever, I honestly think VAR works. I think the issue is what VAR is getting rid of is the human error, but there is more human error coming in because it's the same humans coming in and tweaking the system during the season. So you're still bringing in more human. Just let it work. And honestly, I think one thing that I think will fix it is don't let the fans say what the VAR ref is saying.
Okay.
And open the communication between the VAR ref and the referee. Let everybody hear. Not in necessarily the stadium, but people that are watching the games.
Okay.
Let us hear and be a part of that discussion in 10-15 seconds.
Okay.
That will probably fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before we try to head home and wrap up our show, we're gonna hit some other major news in world football. I mean, the loss of these teams this week, these big teams, the Barca's of the world and the PSG, these upset and Bayern Munich upsets the world. I mean, those were just blips, right? One would hope, right? Come on, one would think that these are blips.
Listen, when was the last time any of these teams were unbeaten? Were run the entire season undefeated.
Yeah.
So, we expect losses, and this weekend was just one of the times when a loss came through for most of these teams, which is good. But listen, it's good for the league.
Yeah.
Who wants a league where you have one clear winner? Somebody just running away with the games week in, week out. We don't want that. We want, as Junior's favorite word is parity.
Parity.
Barcelona is my team, but for a little team like Levante, who every season they struggle to come in and put 3 unanswered goals on Barcelona, is good. And even though Bayern was down to 10 men, for them to get 5, it just shows you that some teams don't respect, and that's good. Some of these teams show too much respect to these teams. We need teams to lose, so the leagues will improve, games will be better, and they're going to be fun.
Yes, it'll be more fun, be more entertainment for the fans. Before we segue from our football roundup and get into our preview section, Leicester City Junior is doing quite well. They're now third in the EPL. Brandon Rodgers, they defeated Crystal Palace today. They're quietly going about their business. This is the 9-love team that defeated Southampton. Your thoughts on their performance so far? I mean, they're quietly going about their business, being third in the CPL.
Brendan Rodgers is showing why he had Liverpool close to winning the championship, 1 or 2 times?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's showing that he's a good coach. He's showing that Leicester does have something on the roster. We will see when teams really start taking them seriously. Yeah. But until then, big up Brendan Rodgers. There's nothing I can say. He's a good coach.
All right. And come on, the FIFA U17 World Cup is currently going on. Quick takeaways from that tournament. Zito and Angola are through to the next round. Brazil's also through to the next round. Your thoughts? Any players that stood out for you? USA is on the plane back home.
There was a player, I think his name is David, on Senegal team.
Yes.
I think the number 9.
Yes.
Outstanding. I mean, he's fast, he's technical, intelligent. I mean, he is an outstanding player, and I think that big things will come for him. The USA, they looked pitiful. 4-0 against Netherlands. I mean, like they were thrown, they were ripped apart. You know, so hey, it was good. I was happy to see Haiti. Haiti in the final game versus France. They held their own for maybe to the 60 something minutes and then they just started falling apart. But it was good to see Haiti doing well. And I think they're actually better than Jamaica U17.
Yeah, but they're in the tournament, so they are. They're in the.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, in terms of playing style, I
Yeah,
mean, we complain about teams can't string together a couple passes,
yeah,
but Haiti actually played good football. I mean, against France, but they just got undone by a VAR review, a penalty, and once the penalty was scored, it's like everybody kind of got disheveled and stuff. But
yeah, yeah.
the tournament is exciting, it's interesting. You would think that Mexico would actually stamp their class, but they look ordinary and they look clean.
Yeah, yeah. And so there's 6 groups in this FIFA U17 tournament. The top 2 go through, and then the best third place will go through. The Netherlands that defeated the U.S. heavily in the last matchup in the U.S. last game will still have a chance. They're third in that group. Senegal and Japan went through automatically. Netherlands are waiting for the outcome of today's results. It's been entertaining. It's good to see the future of football doing their thing. And as young kids, you don't want to beat them. You don't want to criticize them. I thought Zito of Angola looked very good. He's got to polish up his decision making in the final third, but he's definitely someone to look out for in the future. All right, segueing from this FIFA U17 World Cup to Champions League football preview. Just one big game that we'll preview this week is Inter Milan versus Dortmund. Dortmund lost the previous matchup against Inter Milan. Inter Milan seems to be one day they're hot, next day they're cold. Saw the deal in Italy. Come on. What's going on with Dortmund and how do you see this one outcome? Dortmund host this game. They have to get right now in this group.
Yeah, but with Dortmund, we don't know. You talk about Inter Milan being hot and cold. It's the same thing with Dortmund. So, are you going to get a hot Dortmund and a cold Inter Milan, or it's going to be, the other way around? Inter Milan, I think, is rounding up and finding form, and I think if they can get Lukaku to polish his touch,
And
he's banging in more goals, but Lukaku is scoring. Let's put it up. Let's put it right there.
yeah.
Lukaku's direct play will be a challenge for Borussia Dortmund. But I see Dortmund equal a win because they're compact and they play defensive football when they need to. So I think Dortmund will actually take this one from Inter.
Yeah. And big up Kenny Flea on YouTube. He says, brother, doing a research, come on alone, makes sense. Big up yourself, Kenny Flea. Go ahead, state your point, the issues that you have with the statements that we're making, Kenny. We don't know, it's a live discussion. We're open to this, any sort of
Yeah, man.
any sort of points. Any feedbacks are welcome here. Dortmund versus Inter Milan, Junior. Your thoughts?
Dortmund is about to face one of their toughest weeks, probably for the year.
Yeah.
Playing Inter Milan after losing to Inter, and then going to also play Bayern Munich on the weekend, right? And they're going to be playing a wounded Bayern Munich, a coachless Bayern Munich. Dortmund they have to beat Bayern Munich on the weekend. Have to. There's no ifs, ands about it. That makes me think that this is perfect trap game with Inter.
Okay.
And I think Conte is the type of coach that loves games like these. Overlook me if you want. Because I promise you, they're going to overlook Inter and look to Bayern.
Yeah.
Because the Bundesliga is more important to them than the Champions League. If any Dortmund fan out there, Kenny, if you want to think some of that reason, prove me wrong. But that is more important to Dortmund right now, is beating Bayern.
Beating Bayern Munich.
And I think Inter is going to... I think Lukaku is going to beat the brakes off of them.
Marco Rice picked up an injury. Alright, go ahead, come on.
No, Julian said the breaks, but it's going to be an interesting match. But the breaks, I think the brakes will be intact, Junior, rubber and all.
Yes,
All right,
yes,
we'll
yes.
see.
I don't see Inter Milan going to Dortmund to beat them. Kenny said Manchester United look like they're playing to get relegated.
All right, so
Yes,
no, who would even do the research now?
that,
What type of foolish to sell, man?
they might get relegated next year, Kenny. But I don't see Inter Milan going into Dortmund and winning. Marco Reus picked up a knock and they pulled him out of that game into the precaution. But Dortmund was quite successful in that game anyway. I do expect Jadon Sancho to have a field day running at the low block of Inter Milan. They will set up in a defensive posture. Dortmund need this victory. Same group with Bayern, with Barcelona. Dortmund needs this victory. Top two go to the Champions League. Dortmund must win this game to carry on their Champions League hopes of going to the next
So
round.
who do you think winning?
Dortmund's playing at home. They got to win this game.
I think Inter winning.
Now to segue from champion football to the preview section in European club football. Come on, Bayern Munich versus Dortmund. Of course, Bayern Munich will have a new coach. Dortmund is coming off the Inter Milan game. Your thoughts on this game?
I think Bayern Munich will win, will beat Dortmund. I don't think if we're going to go, off the 5-1, I think it is unfair. Bayern, they turn up when they need to in big games versus Dortmund that they definitely don't turn up. So I see Dortmund losing to Bayern, even with a new coach. I see them not beating them.
I think it hinges on who will be coaching them next week. And,
It's going to be the assistant, right? Hans Frank.
we have yes, that's what it is right now.
Yeah.
But we have no idea. This is the same Germany team because it's the German league, the same German.
Yeah.
The same teams that seem to have players that like to have cracks and pick their favorites.
Yeah,
in the locker room.
you have clicks.
Right.
Clicks, yeah.
And we've also heard their big baller come out and say, look, I don't like playing on the bench,
Okay.
So who is going to call the shots now and who is going to really talk to these personalities?
Yeah.
People, watch out for that game.
I see, and this game is Saturday, 12:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Network. I see Bayern winning this game, Junior.
Right.
And come on, because Bayern Munich they're at home, they're hosting this game, they're a veteran squad. Felipe Coutinho and family will need this game to try to right this ship. I mean, and usually when a new coach comes in, they usually, they were coming off this 5-1 defeat to Eintracht, and they want to get their chest right. They want to show the world that they're better than this. So Dortmund is also a bit scared when they go up against this Bayern outfit.
So hold on, question.
Yes.
What if Inter give Dortmund a 5-1 special? What would that game be against Bayern?
I think if Inter gives Dortmund a 5-1 special, Dortmund mentally will be broken. They're a fragile unit.
So Bayern get a 5-1 special,
Yeah.
and is going to be stronger the next game.
Yeah, because they're more experienced. They've won trophies. Dortmund is still trying to win something.
Come on,
Lucien Favre and Dortmund are still trying to get... In fact, Lucien Favre probably should have gotten fired before Niko Kovac of Bayern Munich. So come on, talk to Junior.
Usually I don't like to argue with Benton. I argue with him on this one, which is right. I will say it already. Dortmund don't turn up for big games. They lost, they failed. Look at last season. Look at last. That's a testament to the mental capacity of Bayern and Borussia Dortmund. So if they get a 5-1 special, I don't think they're going to beat Bayern. So Benton and I are riding on this one today.
Yes.
All right.
All
Big up coffee, Powell. Say national war go on, Liverpool on fire. Come on.
All right. And now to segue.
But Liverpool fans, they don't know how to act.
Them enough.
They don't act as if they've been here before.
And no, they have not been here before. Come on. They have not been here before. This is 30 years since they won the EPL. Calm down. This generation have not been here before. All right. Now to the big game, Junior. As we wrap up the show, Manchester City versus Liverpool, 1 versus 2 in the EPL. Liverpool's leading the EPL, leading Manchester City by 6 points. This game will be at Anfield. Pep Guardiola, after the game yesterday against Southampton, said, we entered the locker room, it was 1-1. Now the game ended 2-1. They are known to dive. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City can expect a fire when they enter that Anfield field on Sunday. How do you expect this one to shake out, Junior?
If Pep is played a mind game, and if Pep's mind games work, I think City is going to beat Liverpool. If his mind game work, and it's a real simple thing, and you even highlighted the exact thing he wants for that mind game, for work for that mind game. Liverpool to come out with their hair on fire. City will starve them on the ball. And you come and run at us. You really want to run at City? Be my guest. Sadio Mane is a diver. We know Sadio Mane versus Salah. I don't care what any Liverpool fan wants to say. There is something there. It hasn't shown up yet because they haven't lost. But there is something there. Let Sadio Mane get a chance to shut Pep up and Salah take that away from it. What's going to be the result of that? These are the mind games that are being played. Make Johnny Henderson think that he has to come out and play out his mind to shut Pep up. These are the games that are being played. And I know when Klopp came out and said, it's just another game. He knew what he was doing when he go up against Manchester United. It's just another game. I don't want my guys to go ahead of their skis. And Pep is now saying, oh no, you're a diver. Oh no, you guys come at us. Come, play us hard. That's what we want. Come on, guys.
Come on. This is the match we've been waiting for. When the schedule was released in the summer, we circled this matchup. This is mouth-water in football. Manchester City went there and picked up a draw after Riyad Mahrez bushed that penalty last year. Jurgen Klopp said his players are not divers. What do you expect from this matchup Sunday?
I want to tell you no. Money guys stay on his feet. Money guys stay on his feet because no, Pep put it out there in the atmosphere that you're a diver. So the fans are going to watch you. The other players are going to watch you. The ref is going to watch you. The VAR tech's going to watch you. Mr. Diver. So stay on your feet and shut Pep up. But you are right, Junior. He's playing mind games. And it's what he does. And it's fun. I mean, it's good for the game. It's the excitement. You can feel the excitement is in the air. Pep is going at Klopp. And Klopp is just, citing all little, comments and arguments. He's not getting drawn into it. And Pep's known to do that. The mind game, which is good. It's supposed to be exciting fireworks. Exciting. I think this is one of the best games of the season. And so early, like 1 and number 2. Because remember, if number 1 loses, it's only going to be a 3-point gap. Easy, slim pickings that.
With a return game at number 2's house.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm going to call it right now.
Yeah.
Manchester City 3-1.
Okay. Come on, calm down. Come on. Big up to the Liverpool family watching. Dalton, I see you, Bridget. I see you. Dalton said, Junior, you are smoke. Last year, Pep came to Anfield and played a defensive game. He knows he knows the beating he will get if he's playing an open game. And Dalton is exactly right. Last year, Pep was very conservative in their approach. He almost played a park the bus sort of this.
Hold on.
Wait. Just let me hear me out. He almost played a park the bus sort of approach because, of course, he knows that he cannot allow Liverpool that sort of space. He took his point and he got away, which was a positive result.
Took his point?
Yeah, took a point and got away.
Are his player throw away 2 points?
His player's an idiot. He invested in that idiot player.
All right.
And then gave the penalty away rather than letting Justice take the penalty. But that was a positive result for Pep Guardiola, who has not gotten a positive result at Anfield prior to that. So this year, what does he go and go back open again, Junior?
Last year's game against City was when Liverpool was the hunter and they were playing like madmen. This is not the same Liverpool this year. Where's their midfield? Where's the midfield? And the crack, we seen, and yes, I'm a Manchester United fan, but it is what it is. We've seen Rashford that cannot score to save him life, and Daniel James, two players, single-handedly tear the Liverpool defense apart. And you are going to tell me that Raheem Sterling is going to sit there and look at that tape and say, wait, Daniel James, 5'5", run a 4.340, running at Liverpool defense like this, and you going to tell me that Raheem Sterling is going to look? You going to tell me that David Silva
Junior,
is standing in the midfield? Hold on, David Silva is standing in the midfield and looking at Fred playing good against Liverpool, and David Silva is going to say, "Wait, Kevin De Bruyne, come on."
We're going to tell you that. Come on, Coffee Paulson, come on, go sit down, Chelsea side. Coffee Paul also Junior is beat and teach. City will get 2-0. I honestly believe. Come on, we know that based on data, we know that Raheem Sterling has laid an egg at Anfield in these recent matches. He's laid an egg, so I don't know why Junior is bringing up Raheem Sterling as a difference maker. He has improved just drastically, but nothing in his past at Anfield has said that he will do better this year. And remember now, Man City is going into this game without a Leroy Sané, who used to be the guy that they looked to take on a Trent Arnold. Come on, talk some sense in this thing.
You know what? I'm such a big Raheem Sterling fan, but Raheem has improved. So you're talking about the past. Let us look forward to see what Raheem Sterling can bring. And I think if Raheem is on his game, and that's a big if. Because seriously, you don't know where do I get with Raheem Sterling sometimes. Sometimes he has this out of his mind game. And then next time you're like, what are you doing? Right? So I see Pep motivating his squad to go to Liverpool and run Liverpool ragged.
I agree.
Salah has been very quiet, right? Remember Salah quiet. Trent Arnold, whatever, he's really, really good. But I do see Manchester City matching up and overrunning Liverpool. Just based on the games that we watched yesterday, based on the games, listen, Pep know exactly what he did when he put money as the diver out there in the air. Trust me. So the referee, in the back of his mind, gonna say, listen, the whole world watching this man. If this man decides to go down, and me and VAR decides to give him a late winner, oh my gosh, man, Premier League mash up. And I don't care what Kofi wants to say. Kofi, Liverpool, I will get whooped.
And just to add this one caveat, this is the first game in this big modern rivalry where Liverpool is seen as the better team. Think about it. This is the first game in this big rivalry where Liverpool is seen as expected to beat City. Think about it. Pep, this is what Pep needs. Pep needs this. Pep needed something to look at his team and say, look, 1 million people out there, 30 million people out there actually think they are better than you.
I don't know what Manchester City we're talking about, but Liverpool family. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm a football fan. I'm just looking at what I've seen.
You're a boaty.
Yeah, I'm a boaty. But I don't see Man City going into Liverpool and win. With the statements that Liverpool, Pep Guardiola has made about Mane being a diver, the ambience, the atmosphere in that stand, Raheem Sterling being bad at Anfield, that so-called soft soap Liverpool midfield, as Junior labeled them, they're going to be hunting the baby strength. And I'm going to label him baby strength Kevin De Bruyne and company because they're not ready for a fight.
Who going to match up Kevin? Who going to match up well with Kevin?
A madman this week.
Yeah, baby strength Kevin De Bruyne.
What?
Baby strength. Baby strength. They are not... Manchester City...
Benton, what are you smoking?
Manchester City...
Don't let Benton smoke before it comes on the show.
And we need to wrap up ball chat, but Manchester City players do not have the stomach for a fight. They're not a feisty football team. They like to be finesse and get in that open space. They're gonna get hit in the mouth on Sunday.
That's why I know you love watch Red Stripe. Red card and karate. Listen,
If we
There's
don't,
nobody to shut down Kevin De Bruyne. There's nobody. Alright then, we are assuming that all these players are going to have good games, right?
Yep.
They can all be having bad games and we're going to have a boring 0-0. Let's put that out there. But if Kevin De Bruyne, the assist king,
oh Jesus, calm down.
on. If he has a good game, if Raheem Sterling has matured like how we think he has matured, when he goes to Anfield, he's going to show them what they're missing. Trust me. What are you saying, Benton?
Pep just fueling the fire, just a fuel fire. Coffee said, football lovers, you can see this match is driving a lot of emotions on both sides of the aisle. I'm a football fan. I love it. I respect Pep Guardiola's accomplishment, but there is no way I see Man City going in that Anfield den and winning that game. And I could be wrong, and I've been wrong many times, but I have to see it first to believe it.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun. It will be absolute fun. The show went way wide today. Football family, link us on social media. Link us at Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat on Facebook. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ball Chat Podcast.
And also the Facebook.
And also the Facebook. Yes, you can subscribe to our Facebook page. Next Sunday, big matchup, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Liverpool versus Manchester City.
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Hold a second.
Yes.
You talk about Arsenal versus Leicester City.
At waste of time. We're out of time. We are out of time. Later, family.
Hey, come on.